So
yeah, I won't. I'll start.
There you go.
Thank you.
So anyways, do what?
Thank you.
Sorry. Don't mind me. I'm just over here. I'm going to be a pirate. I have something in my eye all day long today, and I want to rip my eyeball out right now. So fun stuff. So anyways, Kristen gave a really good description of it for you guys that didn't do the, any of the two sneak peeks that we had. Kristen had a post earlier and I totally stole it, but it had some good, like, not tips necessarily, but like, it was talking about how it's in 3-minute rounds and you go hardcore for 3 minutes and then it gives you a little break and you go for 3 minutes, and like a boxing match is. I thought that was super cute. So anyways, I'm sure that I can find and post the link for you guys for anybody that might need to know a little bit more about it. But I'm super excited about this one because we haven't had anything like this. Combat was a while ago, and I don't think we even offer combat anymore, do we? I think they've run out of it at this point. I could be wrong, but so that's the new and exciting stuff that I have for you right now. And I'm probably going to mute my picture so that I can just sit with my hand over my eye. But I love you all.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you, guys. I just walked in the door, so sorry for being a few minutes tardy. I wanted to take this week to talk about the people that were at the retreat, to first of all thank everyone that came to the retreat. I know that, you know, it costs time and money, and time is money, and I hope that you guys got a lot of value out of it. I got to meet Misty, I got to meet Lindsay, I got to meet lots of new faces that were there, and I think it was really successful. I can't emphasize enough, guys, that events, so even if it's something like going to your first Super Saturday this weekend, or taking advantage of when Danny Johnson's coming around town, or when there's a retreat for anything like this, like not every opportunity, not all the things are like just Team Ignite or even other groups. Like, I know the first events that I went to is where I got to meet people like that I still know, like that, you know, I mean, you can look at like the friends that I have on Facebook, and 3,000 plus people, well, like 1,500 of them are Beachbody coaches. And that is clearly is not just from Team Ignite, but it's like the people that I meet at these events and connect with and see how they're growing their business. And I put a quote, or a series of quotes of things today's on a post though, and it was about who you take advice from. And I said, you know, don't take advice from people that aren't happy. Don't take advice from people that don't have what you want. What was the other one I said? Don't take advice from, I don't know, I have to go back and look. Thank you, Colleen. Someone had to read it to me because it wasn't a quote. It was just like, it was just what I was feeling. You know, I often don't want to take advice from people that don't have what I want. So I love connecting with people that have what I want. Like, and that's like everything. It's like, you know, you take advice from people that have a good marriage. Well, you know, Misty is not married, so I'm not going to be taking any marital advice from her yet. You know what I mean? So, but Misty's got a nice little body. I might take some tips from her.
Not yet.
She's got a ring. She put it on her vision board. It's coming. I saw the ring. But you take advice, you know, I'm not taking parenting advice. This is a funny story. When I first had kids, like started going to the doctor's office, and I've been going to the same doctor for all 3 boys, and my youngest is 8. So it's been a while. And in the beginning, they're a year and a half apart. Like, I was always in the freaking doctor. Like, me and Dr. Butcher were like this, like just for well checkups. And he had this little spiel, like what he said, 1 month, 3 months, 5 months, 15 months, like 18 months. And I remember at like 18 months, he said something about like, okay, you know, this is probably, you know, a good time to start introducing like timeout, like just for a minute, like if there's a problem, you know, let them have their own space for a minute, and a space where they're not going to get hurt, which leads to a totally different story. I won't get off track. But he was giving me all this advice, and I remember I was like, does this dude even have kids? Like, for the first 18 months, I didn't care because I was like, just take care of my babies. But when he started giving me like kind of parental tips, I was like, do you even have children? And he didn't. He has stepkids now, but he didn't have kids. And I was like, just all of a sudden tuned out. I was like, you can't tell me how to take care of this 2-year-old. You have no idea what I'm going through, fool. So same concept. Like, I don't take advice from people that don't even have kids on how to raise kids. So, but there's lots of people out there giving advice and suggestions. How did I get on this topic? About the people that you meet. The people that I meet at these retreats, though, they're who I go to because, one, they're generally really happy people, and I want to take advice from happy people. They are people that have strong marriages or have this health and fitness thing down, and I want to take, they're great in the kitchen, or they have great tips, or they have great time management. We bring in people like Jessica Rodriguez because she knows how to build a business. She knows how to build a business. She knows how to teach it. And so I take advice from her. So anyways, I had a lot of takeaways. I'm going to let these girls talk on their takeaways. I would say my biggest takeaway was how you can spend 3 days with people that were brought together by a health and fitness business. And it was probably the least amount of things that we talk about is health and fitness. Like, we don't talk about scales. We don't talk about weight. We don't talk about, food every second, or we don't talk about the super nutrition and Shakeology. We just do those things, but we talk about our goals and our dreams and things that excite us and things that we struggle with and obstacles that we have and our vision. And we sit down and do a vision board, and we laugh and cry and all the emotions. And that's what I love about these weekends. So I love doing that with all of you. So thanks for being a part of it. But let's hear from some people that were there. So, and I'm love seeing you guys on the call too. So Lindsay, why don't you share some of your takeaways from the weekend, or just one? Do you know how to unmute yourself, or you want me to do it?
Yeah, I got
Okay,
it.
you got it. Okay.
Oh man, I wasn't prepared.
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
Sure. Okay. Hold on. Hold that back. Okay. So speaking about vision, one of the things that really stuck out to me was how you should lead by, hold on with that. Lead with your why and not the what and the how. So you have to have a vision on why you're doing things and what your ultimate goals are. And so instead of just leading on how you get there or why you got there. So that's my takeaway. So,
yeah, that's huge. That's a great takeaway. That's one that I have highlighted. I kept saying, like, lead with your why, not with the what or how. Like Erin Booker said it best when she's like, I've been coaching, 2-3 years, and I've never once used the phrase super dense food nutrition or super dense nutrition. She's like, I don't talk like that. I don't say that. Like, and that's the what and the how. That's not the why. Like, why does she drink it? So I loved hearing it explained like that. And I love, like, and when we post, even when I'm posting like my workout, or we posting our shake, like, that is the what and the how, but you guys got to read deeper into like my post today. Like, why do I press play? Like, why do you drink the shake? And don't say I drink Shakeology because, just tell people why you're trying to live a healthier lifestyle. Like, how does it make you feel? What's going to come of it because you're doing all these things. So, I don't know what they're talking about. So lead with your why, not with the what and the how. Why you do this, why you're a coach, why you're on this team, why you want to be healthy. The shake and the workouts are just bonus. I think they're amazing things, but that comes off salesy when you are always talking about those sort of things. So good job, girl. All right, Misty. Someone's typing furiously.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, hold on. Crystal, mute, because you're not mute. There you go.
I muted her. Go ahead.
Who's muted? Okay. So I think my biggest takeaway from the trip would be the personal development. I think ever since then I've been listening to different stuff and trying to take notes and things like that. I didn't really listen to personal development before, but I really like Dr. Jim, the guy I mentioned yesterday in the group chat or the group thing. His are really short and he's really quick, kind of like down to earth, sound like he's talking to you. So I think that was the biggest thing, and trying not to watch that much TV. If you're not watching TV, you have time to do other things, right?
It's true. Good. I think that's awesome. You know, you'll hear me say, like, if you're not doing PD, you might as well quit now. Like, that's what gives people that slight edge that we talked about at the retreat too, is from a book, PD book, The Slight Edge. The biggest slight edge is just not quitting. Like, so many people quit. So to be at events year after year with people that I've known for the full 3.5 years that I've been doing it, like, that's our slight edge. That's what keeps pushing us forward. And I have coaches quit all the time. I have coaches on the team quit all the time. But Colleen had a coach quit today. Her slight edge, though, is not quitting, because first of all, she acquires any customers that they might have had. She didn't have a coach, and she wasn't active. Like, she wasn't drinking her Shakeology anyway. So who cares? Like, you can't drag those people along. Like, I was on a call this week with a 15-star, and I had never even heard of her, which, you know, there's so many successful people out of there you don't even hear about. But just so you know her name is Christy Kronzer, and just this sweet, really girl. Like, I loved looking at her and listening to her. Carmen was on this call. Wasn't she adorable, Carmen? And then I went to her page, and she's like this freaking, like, freak of nature bikini model, like all bronzed up and like no fat on her body. But when she was talking to me like this, I was like, well, you're just adorable. And I went to her site and I was like, oh my God, this is you. Like, this is crazy. So once I saw her site, we had much less in common, because I was like, oh, we are not the same person at all. But I loved her call, and I loved her talking about, I got totally off on a tangent there, but she was talking about, how the people quit and how she can't drag people along. She said, I wrote it out here. She said, I'm not going to pull you along. I'll be your fan. I'll be your cheerleader, but you have to do the work. Like, you have to do the work. I can't make you listen to PD. I can't make you send invites. All I can do is give you the recipe, give you the directions, give you my advice as someone who is somewhat, you know, I feel successful in the business, and that's it. Like go team. Like, that's all I can do. I loved when she said that. I was like, yes, that's all I can do. That's all you can do, Colleen. So I love the PD that you shared, Misty, and I'm actually going to listen to him because I love quick, short things like that. And another great example of quick, short things like that is to sign up for the Darren Daily. It's by Darren Hardy, and you can have it emailed or texted to you. I have them texted to me, and even if I miss a day, I just sat in the car at swim practice, and I listened to the last 2 or 3 that I had missed, and they're always great, and they are typically 5 minutes long. So they give you great topics. I'm trying to listen to them to get like ideas to go live of things to talk about. So, all right, Blaine, what were your takeaways, honey?
I'd say probably my biggest takeaway from the weekend was you need to be unapologetically you, always and forever. And if you think about that, that's kind of who I am. That's kind of my mantra always. But hearing it, I think sometimes we struggle with being who we are outwardly, and you worry what people might think or how they might feel about you, or that might offend someone, or that might not be their jam. And you can think about this in terms of social media and what you're putting out there. You can think about it in terms of face-to-face conversations with your friends, with your family, whatever. But the point is, you need to be comfortable and get to a place where you are comfortable being completely unapologetically you. because guess what? You were made that way and beautifully made that way. If they don't like you and you're not their jam, deuces, like for real, because someone else does love you and you are someone else's jam, and you do not need to morph yourself into be something that someone else may or may not like, because that's not you and you can't keep that up forever. So don't model your social media after someone else. Don't model yourself after someone else. Just do you and be unapologetic about it. If you cuss like a sailor, cuss like a sailor. If you, I mean, like, that's okay. If you don't shower daily, like, don't shower daily. Like, don't get on a live video looking all extra cute if you don't look extra cute all the time. Like, how often do I look extra cute? Like, no, that's not me. But I posted a video about me taking off my fake eyelashes, didn't I? Because I ain't never wore fake eyelashes before. So just be you. Like, just do you. And if they don't like it, don't take offense to that, because how many people have you not liked? Like, that aren't not don't like them, that aren't your jam. Like, have you ever went to go buy a car and someone felt icky and you're like, I don't want to buy a car from him because he's icky. He doesn't look good in fake eyelashes. Then you don't buy a car from him. You buy a car from someone that does make you feel good about it. And that's the same way with us. So just do you. Don't try to be anything other than you, because you are beautifully and wonderfully made. And someone, more than just someone, will love you for that. Busted hair and no fake eyelashes wearing self. They will love it. One eyeball Megan. They'll love it.
Yeah, that was a great overall theme of the weekend, and something that I'm always, working on and getting even more comfortable with. And I came home, and even since being home, just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I've tried to been doing posts where I'm like, this might make someone uncomfortable, that someone's not going to talk about this. And I clearly did it right, because I got an ugly message in my messages this morning, and I was like, it's okay. Not everyone has to love Kimberly. It's okay. And I let this lady know that I said, I just wanted you to know, after we had a detailed conversation, that she's under no obligation to continue to follow me. I mean, I'm not going to unlike you. I'm not going to block you. If you want to continue to follow me, go ahead. If not, deuces. Misty does like when you shower, preferably twice a day. And I think she'll be talking about that more on Facebook. Do not get your stinky butt in the bed with Misty if you have not showered in the last probably 7 hours minimum. I mean, at least, right, Misty? Like, she was like, what hour did you shower today? Oh, goodness. See, these are the things you learn about people on a retreat. She made us taking more baths on our vision boards. Like, she was pretty passionate about it. Megan, you didn't share kind of your takeaway, did you? Or do you want?
I can't stop looking at how one eye is so beautifully done and the other just looks ridiculous.
It's okay.
I actually look like I could be a Dalmatian for Halloween right now.
You could.
I'm going to be a dirty truck.
Yeah,
so that's exciting. I just to piggyback off of what Blaine said really briefly, I appreciate, and I think she did kind of go into this, but I just have to say it anyways. When Jessica was talking about being unapologetically you, the main thing behind that is if you're constantly trying to form to be somebody else, like, you're gonna end up, let's say you get that person and they decide they want to work with you, then what? What happens when they realize you are not that person? And then you're stuck working with somebody, or you're not stuck working with because they don't like you, somebody that, is not all about you at all. Like, they come to realize who you really are. Like, Misty and I thought Misty and I had a connection, but now I realize she does not approve of my daily showering habits. And that's okay. I think we will still like each other from afar at events. I assume anyways. She'll be like, you can't stay in my bed. And I'll be like, it's cool. I'm going to go over here and break another bed. So it's no big deal. But yes, Kimberly. Yeah, I said that. We need to talk about that still. But And then I guess the thanks, Crystal. I guess the other thing, it's just amazing to me, like the relationships that are formed. And when we tell you guys to get to events, they really are, it's just getting the whole picture and really understanding. Like Kimberly said, it's so amazing that you go around, and somebody was asking Joy like what it was about her, and she never ever mentioned anything about the weight loss, and nobody did. And I've been in touch with several people that are not on Team Ignite since we left, and that's what they keep telling me, like, this community is giving me fire, is giving me passion just to be around those people. Like, it's so exciting to just be with all of you. And I keep looking over my photos, and I can't stop looking at them because I'm just so insanely happy to see myself so happy. When I started this, I was so miserable. Like, I was depressed. I'm going to probably start crying right now. Maybe that'll knock whatever's in my eye out. But I mean, like, I was in a really sad, depressed state when I got started doing this. And I can look back at those pictures and know that I really am in an amazing place in my life. And I'm so grateful for that. And if it were not for this team and you guys, I wouldn't be there. I mean, like, if it weren't for Kimberly and teaming up with her, I probably would have quit a long time ago because I didn't have the upline support that I needed. So it's just get to events, you guys. Like, you just never know. The other thing that I think is always a big deal, like Tanya and I ended up having a really good conversation, and she said, you know, I thought I was coming for one thing and I left realizing something completely different. And I think that happens 90% of the time. Like, you think you're going to come in, and I remember Jess Parrish saying this at Summit, like, she thought she was coming in to be given all these tools to like talk to people about stuff more and know more about Shakeology and know more about the programs. And it's not about that. Like, that's not what it is. Like, it's about building relationships and helping people. And so I guess that's just my blubbering, bumbling.
Oh, that's awesome, girl. It's about the why. It's not about the how or the what. That's what you just said. It's about the why. And one of the last note that I have written in my book of notes from the weekend is inspiration rubs off on inspiration. And it's so true. Like, you have to be around people that are inspired and motivated to stay inspired and motivated. And that I read what I said about, like, don't take advice from people that quit either. Like, that's like the people that are like, oh, I tried that. I mean, I don't care what it was. It was Slim Fast. I tried that. It didn't work. It works. You just didn't follow the directions. It says eat healthy and exercise on the can. Like, you didn't do that part. Like, you ate it with a pizza. Like, it works. You just, even it works if you eat right and exercise, which they put on all their stuff. Like, I mean, 21-day fix works if you follow it, but if you use all your yellows for wine every day, you're not really following it. It doesn't work that way. So, anyways, you can't take advice from people that quit. You can't take advice from coaches that quit. You can't take advice from people that quit anything. Like, yeah, sometimes things don't work out, and that's one thing, but quitting, we're all aware of what quitting is and what it looks like. But get around people that are inspirational. Get to a Super Saturday this weekend. Start planning where you'll be for the next one. Most people go to Danny Johnson thinking they're going to get something out of it, and they don't. They get something completely out of it. And I've been to many events where Chad or Summer or whoever has said, they'd be like, you know, I thought I was going for one reason. I thought I was going to like tackle war on debt, or I thought I was going to like grow my business, and they walk out forgiving someone that they've, you know, had unforgiveness on their heart for 20 years, and they didn't even know they did. So all events are like that, and that's great to hear that Tanya said that. It was amazing to hear Dane spoke at the event also, and I could do a whole call on what he talked about, which I really loved. So anyways, it was amazing stuff, and we'll keep sprinkling it all through Team Ignite as far as what we learned. And one of the things we did in being unapologetically you is to take the time and work on an avatar or who you want to attract. And it is hard, and it's still hard for me 3 years later to write down. And I know Amanda was writing hers down being like, well, sure, I want someone that's self-motivated and a go-getter and all these things, but don't we all want that? And I'm like, yeah, I think you have to take it even a little deeper and get kind of specific. Like I want someone who likes college football and wants to watch college football on Saturdays. Like I'm sure Megan would prefer to hang out with Giants fans, and she's going to unapologetically call you out if you're not. So that's her thing. And I know that seems really specific, but if people don't want to talk about that or don't like that sort of thing, then shouldn't be on your team. Like when I went to this Kristen's girl and saw like how into these competitions she was, and that she was married, no kids, like this was her thing. I was like, wow, like you're a great coach. I could definitely learn some things from you as far as leading a team because you're very successful. But like, I don't think we could be friends. Like, I don't think we'd be hanging out on the weekends. Like, we would not be ordering the same thing on the menu at all. So just she attracts a different type of person, which is great. So anyways, guys, thank you for participating by telling us your takeaways. I think it always helps people that are listening in and gets them excited and motivated for the next thing that comes up. And next week we will not have a call. So even though I would love to have JoJo on, I should have thought of that and had him on this call. But next week is the first week of the month, which means it's the Team Courage call on Tuesdays. So no Team Ignite call the first week, but Tuesday night, 9 p.m. will be a Team Courage call. And I think the fact that those are only, go ahead, Blaine.
Maybe we could ask JoJo to pop in and do a live in the group.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Did you just say that? Sorry, Megan.
Megan and Crystal, y'all get all over him to share what he wants to share about it. So I hope he's excited. I'm sure he's excited for it coming out. So I'm very excited for it coming out. So I hope that we will have a few groups going on. So if you want to be in a group that's Core de Force only, I know I'm going to start one that's going to start on the 14th, but I'm sure we'll have a few. Bree, you want to talk, or are you just going to do it?
You mean to talk now?
Yeah, you want to talk? What do you want to say?
Well, I thought we were going to talk in like a couple of weeks. I wanted to prepare. Joe and I have been doing like this leadership series called like GoLu. I don't know if you've ever heard.
Yeah.
And so we just got finished. It was a series of multiple calls that you have like several weeks all in a row, and they kind of add up on one another.
Uh-huh.
So we took from it a lot of useful tools that I wanted to share with everyone.
Yeah. You're going to do your own call. No.
Okay.
You're going to do your own call on it. So that's going to be in a couple weeks. So I already wrote that down, actually. So yes, when the calls start on, let's see, today is the 26th. There won't be a call next week. And on the November 9th, the Murphys in the house. Murphy is leading the call. Get pumped.
Leading calls, leading groups. Look out now.
Like
the Murphys are on it.
Move over. I'm excited. I'm excited to take notes on that. So, all right, guys. Thank you. Love you. Have a good night. Don't eat too much Halloween candy.